Perfect. Hadouken! Hadouken!
Oh, you guys can hear me that whole time? Dude, I thought I was muted. Oh, man. So unprofessional. So unprofessional. Let's bring in the guests. Let's get straight into it. I want to have them waiting. We got a lot of people that are going to be coming in today. Oh, my God. Dude, you guys been hearing me, like, cough and stuff? I literally thought I was muted. I apologize, chat. Who cares? All right, here we go. Let's get the boys in. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey.
fellas?
Dude, I
Oh,
thought I
it's
was muted.
What is up?
It's
What's
Saturday
going
night.
Is it Saturday? Hey, don't cheat my day.
No, because I shave for Saturday nights. I don't shave for Friday nights.
Oh, I'm not good enough.
Oh man,
Boys, what's up?
What's going on?
We got a couple more people coming. Django should be coming. Mining Chamber,
Oh,
potentially.
mining chamber. There
Nice.
you go.
Yeah, Hobbyist said he'd come, but he's putting his kids to bed. I tried getting Panda, but he's hoeing us, so you know how he is.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I should call. I
He's
need his
always
cell phone
busy.
number.
Just tell him to take the chicken nugget out of his throat.
Can you
and just-
imagine, seriously, can you imagine as much as we all like, hey, come on our show, come on our show. If he goes on one person's show, could you
Right.
imagine everybody like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I ask you.
He went on my
So now
show
he's
one
kinda
time with
stuck in a
Hawk.
rock in a hard place.
yeah,
Very
I'm still
first
giving him
pure
shit for
caller.
that.
Yeah, he called
Yeah.
in with me and Hawk, and he hung out for like an hour.
Oh, that's right.
Ever since then, MIA. Everybody, I need everybody in chat to message Red Panda and say, "Quit hoeing people." I'm gonna type it too. Quit hoeing people. Get in here. So what's going on, guys? While we wait for everybody.
Same stuff, man. All
Yeah.
right, gang.
I finally hit a Caspa block after 2.5 days.
Oh,
Oh, that was awful luck. 17% luck.
that's good.
Horrible.
17.
Now, what's
17?
interesting is
Oh, that's right. It's
another
bad,
one right after that, like 400% luck. Like right after that, it's like that's the way it works. That's the way it works. It's luck.
Yep.
It evens itself out in the end.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I hit like what 11 or 12. Yeah, 11 blocks in 30 days. So I'm still solo mining. It's been since the 13th. What's today? I'm like 99% ETC, and I'm like, I was spoiled with the like 13, 16, 20. You know, now at 99, I'm like, God damn, can I hit already? This is terrible. Like,
As soon as you tell
stress
people,
is
you don't
unreal.
hit them anymore. I was hitting ergo blocks every day. Mentioned it in your stream. I think it was your stream, right? It was somebody's stream.
Probably.
Maybe it was Tara hosting. Mentioned it. Ever since then, haven't hit a block. Because people
That's
are like,
awful.
"Oh, it's profitable. Let me jump over there." I
Yep.
gotta stop telling people. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well,
Uh,
congratulations on your block, because that was amazing, and I'm pissed I
Yeah.
didn't see it live. But the rerun
Yeah.
I can watch like 100 times in a row.
nice.
I was
Right.
watching when it happened. I'm like, what happened? And then I realized what had
Yeah.
happened. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. $2, $800.
Yeah. 864. Isn't that nuts?
I know, but you have to add it all in. How much money were you all in before you finally hit a block?
400 before that.
Still,
So it was like a 2x.
That's
good
good.
investment.
Yeah,
Double the
2x. Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Not bad
That's
at all.
good.
That's thanks to all of you.
I've been solo mining Meowcoin with just like 600s, man. I hit 5 blocks yesterday on that.
So you're just trolling us
Wow.
now. You're mining the Altcoin, not
See?
buying it for a second.
Litter box. Is that what he
am.
called it? The litter
Yeah,
box.
litter box. Yeah, dude, I'm getting the almond rokas. You know, that's what they.
Did I show you guys my new vape?
Oh, what?
I saw it the other night. Yeah.
Oh, what
Well,
is
that's cool
that?
as hell.
It's like a little Slurpee thing.
Dude,
That's
I was
amazing.
talking to people at work, and I'm not even joking. I was like, this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. I was like, dude, you could make a killing off this selling, I don't know, Goku, Star Wars, flags, cars, whatever, and it's still a vape, and just you're
Bro,
just
make it
selling.
look like a GPU.
Yeah, and it'd
Done.
only be good for probably like 6 months
Done.
to
Dude,
a
that'd
year.
be cool to have a
$1
mini
million.
GPU. That would be
Mini
awesome.
GPU vape.
I could make a killing off this. I need to look into that. So the hobbyist
Should.
miner and mining chamber, waiting on them, and Django. Let's see. Not yet.
Better late than never, right?
I don't want to give all the good topics yet. That is a cool
Wait a
setup
minute.
you got there.
I was gonna say, Chump, you changed your setup. That's awesome.
Look at that TV.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that TV
Yeah, I
or
couldn't
green screen?
stand the. You what?
Is that a TV or green screen?
That's TV.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
really cool.
it's just a loop on YouTube. It's like Bitcoin.
No, I get it,
background.
but it's cool the way it's all set up. It looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I like it.
See, now I'm gonna
Little
have
bit.
to ask you about how to make mine look professional now.
There you go. I still gotta hang a couple CPUs. I was gonna hang some CPU mining rigs on the wall, but I don't know if I'll turn them on. Probably just motherboards. I'll hang.
Yeah.
Keep it
that's
clean, you
cool,
know.
man.
But
And
yeah,
then
it'd be
that
pretty
thing
neat.
on the left of you, that white like diamond.
yeah, that's literally like they sell these PVC squares, right? And I just silicone them to a piece of sheetrock, and it's literally not even screwed to my wall. So if that falls down, it's gonna be hysterical during the stream. But it's just leaning.
Kind of like the GPU stack that you had fall over on you.
Yes,
I saw that.
That
was funny.
crazy. that was so random too. That day.
Wait. Panda's here. Listen, Panda, I sent you a link. All right. As I said earlier, quit hoeing people. Just call in, bro. Who cares if your kid cries, man? Call
We all
in.
got kids. Literally, we all have
Just
kids.
give him
We
a
get it.
GPU to play with.
Yeah.
Just give him a Radeon 7 to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
It's gonna
kid
break
could
anyway,
play.
sooner or later.
My kid could play with the RX 580 shroud that I have all day. Literally, I just give it to him. I put it on the floor. Anything he's touching on my desk, you give him that, and he just spins the fans. It's great.
I'm
He
going
loves
to
it.
burn your banner if you don't come, Panda. Don't make me do it.
Oh, what's DJ doing now?
So, hey, I do have
Taking it
a
off
question
the
though
wall.
for you though, because I know that you got some of the soundproofing stuff. I bought the cheap stuff, but how did you put that on the wall? Because I tried the command labor sticky stuff on the wall, and it just comes right off.
Yeah, that's what it
Did
is.
you-
So it came with these like squares, or I bought 3M squares. They're like double sided, or you
Yeah.
could use the Gorilla tape. It's like double sided tape, Gorilla
Yeah.
glue style. Dude, it works awesome. That stuff's great.
Okay.
What?
You're really trying to get it.
You wearing the panda flag.
You like that?
Perfect.
It's burning tonight. If I don't, well, I'll burn outside. Not today. I'll do it tomorrow. It's going in the dumpster. See, even Mining Chamber's showing love. He's going to be calling in. Listen, Red.
See, Panda? Get,
He's showing support.
eh.
Everybody can
Mining
show up.
Chamber
But you.
might be the nicest Canadian of the YouTube community.
Oh.
I haven't had the pleasure to speak to him.
Let's see.
Kiss
Obvious.
it. Is that the B word? I am a mod. Can't ban. Oh, I like it. He uses foul language. He'll fit in. This is great. Yeah. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for them, prices of everything. You guys seen the prices of stuff?
I haven't. Well, you told you what I did. I was on my way home when you invited me, and I
Yeah.
had dinner and then came right in here, but I haven't had a chance to look at prices.
Bitcoin is barely holding 2,300. Barely.
23,000.
23,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Hope
What I
it's,
say?
if it's 2,300 right now, I'm gonna go buy one, at least one.
Time to sell the kids.
I'm getting the credit card out.
Hide
Going
the
to
rope.
Coinbase.
Hide the rope. I'm depressed.
Panda said, "I'm gonna make a video calling everyone to get unsubscribed or to unsubscribe." Wow, what a guy!
That's messed up,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Wait, we're waiting on Hawk too. Where's Hawk?
I just called him. Actually, he said he was gonna catch a quick little cat nap, and then he was gonna be in here.
Oh, he's still sleeping, bastard.
So, yeah, no, I'm working on some rigs remotely here, so that's what I've been doing today. So I haven't paid attention to the markets today. I know the investments I've made so far through my little streaming thing is they're down, so they're not doing good right now. So
I was gonna talk about it later, but CoinEx. So I started using that yesterday to day trade on the stream. I love it. CoinEx is incredible. Guess what happened today? Anybody know?
I do.
I seen something about Rabbit and CoinEx. I didn't watch it.
New
though.
York Attorney General is suing him or something.
So no, it's banned in America now. So they
What?
sent everybody an email. So overnight, like the day after I use it. So none of us could use it. You have 60 days to take your money off the exchange.
Because there was the New York Attorney General actually either threatened or filed suit against CoinEx, and they must have done that in response.
It's
Yeah,
so
it says
sad.
New York sues CoinEx.
Is-
Crypto
can
King
you-
failed to register with the state.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
So hold on. Each exchange has to register with each state in the
Well, hang
U.S.
on.
Well, it's like a
This is
business,
the-
right?
This is the messed up part about it is they are supposed to register as a securities exchange, but they're not a securities exchange. It's in the gray area,
Django's
and
coming in.
nobody's defined it. Provide some guidance,
Django.
and then they will know what to follow. But right now there is no guidance. The same thing that the SEC just did. SEC decides to throw out the hammer instead of actually, providing guidance and saying this is what you need to do. This is the process you need to follow. But they haven't done that.
right?
Let's
they'd
welcome in
rather-
Django real quick.
What's up, Django?
What's up,
Jack.
buddy?
Dude. It's good to have you on the panel, man.
Yeah, it's been it's glad to be here. It's been I don't do live streams, so
This is a treat.
It's awesome. It's new. Yeah.
Yeah, because you moved out, not fully moved out, but you're redoing the data center, right?
yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, also, yeah, I have a video dropping on Sunday. I did the whole thing. So, but basically, I moved all the rigs out of the way so I could build out like some wind tunnels or something because the AC is broken in there and it's going to take too long for them to fix it. And I'm just not going to rely on that anymore at all.
That looks
So
That sucks.
yeah, so it's no big deal. So I just wasn't set up for it. But things are like borderline just under break even right now. So it's like it's not like a super big rush anyway. So
I feel you.
yeah, so it was profitable for like 2 weeks though. And I was like, I gotta get these on right now.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
conflux,
like I think there was like a week where I was profitable, and then everything's just kind of a wash at this point. I'm just mining to make myself feel better.
I got
And
it.
it heats my house. It doesn't. I don't make anything off it. I just pay a disgusting electric bill.
Are you at 30 cents yet, or what was it, 26?
No, so it's still at 24, but it's always been high, and like right on borderline, except for like Ethereum, right? When that was before that was gone, but yeah, we thought it was going to go up to 40 or something along those lines. Supposed to be 33 cents on like the supply side, so it would have been like 45 total. But yeah, we locked in until December, thankfully. So 10 cents on
of
that
23,
side.
right? Oh, let's see.
Yeah, of the end of 23.
2
yep.
cents.
That is.
Oh, somebody get this
you're
guy
such
off
a-
the panel.
Yeah, you're a bad friend, man. What the hell?
Bad person, man.
Jeez.
Just wait. When we
Way
get
to
into
rub it in.
summer, it'll go up a lot. Remember, I had that string of time where I was over $3 a kilowatt
I
for a
remember
short
that.
period of
You
time.
showed that to us. So
He came
that's
home and
kind
then,
of that's like the penalty you pay though for like some days could be bad like that though on your plan where right now it's really great. When you hit $3 though, that's awful. That's
It's
worse than
awful.
chump. I didn't think that even
Oh, yeah.
existed.
right.
Yeah.
When the electric company brings you a thing of Vaseline with your bill,
Yeah.
Take it down.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Oh, miserable.
Overall, believe me, that's for a very short period of time, and it is with the extreme temperatures. Anytime you get like really, really hot or really, really cold, yes, you're going to have a lot more people needing electricity to keep themselves either warm or cold. So yeah, it happens. But spring and fall, and this has been a really warm winter for Chicago, so it's been really nice for most of the winter.
I don't know the feeling. It's awful. I'm ready for spring. When is spring coming? Anybody?
Oh, this snow has been bad, man.
Hey, meteorological winter ends March 1st.
Okay.
Meteorological spring starts March 1st.
I'll tell everybody
There you
that at work because some people are depressed.
It's freezing here. I don't know if it's cold down in Arizona, but here we got like an inch of snow, and we could never get snow. It's like a miracle.
It's colder here. We've like
There
a couple
was
days ago it rained super hard. It was like super windy. It must have been like 50, 60 mile an hour winds. We do get pretty windy down here in Arizona sometimes. Right now it is colder. The high today was 65.
Oh, so
Yeah.
hold on. That's
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
That's terrible.
It's usually like 15 degrees warmer there because the high today I think was like 50 something here. So
I had to put a sweater on. It was 60 out.
yeah, I had to put a jacket on. I mean,
I was
oh my
actually
God.
I did wear a sweater today when I went out, so it was a little chilly.
Oh,
It was like
God.
it was like 50 this morning when I went to go get Starbucks. So
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, that's great, man. Let me see
50 spoiling us in the springtime.
50, man. Oh, I don't even remember what that feels like. It's like -10 right now.
It does feel like it's been a long winter. It does.
It's good on mining though. I'll say
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say, you
Yeah.
know what's crazy? Last year we would have been like, yes, like stay cold, or 2 years ago, right? Because we were
Right.
just mining away, and that's just the heat was a problem the year before, right? When we were mining
Yeah.
Ethereum.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would have died for this weather then.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, it's been warmer in Chicago overall. I had to put the fan window thing back in because it was getting too hot in the basement. But before that, now like December, let that thing mine away. It helped heat the house. But as soon as
Right.
it gets about really about below 30, I can take it out, but anything above 30 degrees, I need to have that in there for the occasional, just take the heat out for, about 30 seconds and then it'll stay off for a while.
Heck yeah. So, question for everyone. So, actually, Django, you're the only one, and I think King didn't get an answer. Did you guys get to see the prices of things today, this week? Things coming down? What do you think? We going down more? Or we're not? We don't care?
I don't know. It really depends if Bitcoin can hold the 23K. I don't know. It's like prices are like, it's really pinched right now. So it's like, it's overdue for a breakout, but I don't know which direction. So
yeah, that's true.
I think that it's, we just gotta wait and see. But yeah, it ultimately doesn't matter. If it breaks down, it's going to go down to 19K. It's no big deal. I think it will hold there. And I think that's a good pullback anyway. So bounces there, it'll go up. So
I need to buy stuff. So if we can get one more chance at some freebies, I would love to buy some things. So let me ask you all this. Let's just say Bitcoin goes to 18, 19, whatever it is, right? What would you buy if you could buy something? A little Timmy out there.
Well, personally, I've been recently been looking into that Render crypto. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Nope.
It's like that AI crypto type deal, but I guess it's not really AI. They're not really AI at all, but they just have aspects of it, I guess. Mining Chamber, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Hello, gentlemen. How are
He's
y'all doing?
alive.
Thanks for coming.
I'm alive.
In. Yeah.
Well.
Why don't we just we'll kill that. Let's introduce him first or talk about him
No,
first,
Trump, please continue.
Sure.
I don't want to interrupt here. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So yeah, I was looking into Render a little bit because I realized it was on Coinbase from a few things that I've been searching up, and I guess it's a network basically to render things faster for like animations or like the metaverse, right? Just in general, you know how when you export a video and rendering takes you like a bunch of time, right, to do so. Depending on the size of the project, that makes it like the time will be longer. You know, if you're doing like something in the metaverse, it's going to be a long time to render. So this network apparently breaks it up into little pieces, sends it around, a bunch of people render parts of it, and it comes back together and then gets sent out within like 15 minutes instead of 22 hours. You know what I mean? So I just think that this coin has some sort of potential, but I'm not like fully invested in it yet.
What's it called? I'll research it.
It's called Render.
Like R-E-N-D-E-R, like the word render.
Yep, it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Chump's been talking about it quite a bit.
Yeah, the past 2 days, I think. So like this morning I talked about it a bit, and then like the day before that's when I kind of found it, I guess.
The AI stuff is definitely a huge, buzzword right now in the tech space. So anything that even remotely says AI, people will naturally pay attention to it.
Well, I found this video too that says it was saying something about how Google's going to integrate with it at some point, or it's going to have no choice but to. So that's what really like piqued my interest, because if Google's getting into anything or Apple's getting into anything, like, it's going to go somewhere if they need to make use of it. And that's a useful project because it's not just like, it's not just a meme coin.
Were you able to specifically validate the fact that they are doing something with Apple?
No. So I just found a couple videos where people mention it, I guess, or the guy talked about it a little bit this morning, but I haven't found specific, like, yes. So that's why I'm like, all right, I still need to read up on it, but that's one of the coins that I'm like trying to focus on as soon as I get a minute.
Cool. So listen, we got to take this opportunity, chat, and everybody on the panel. Mining Chamber. Come on, man. Where have you been? Where the videos been? OG around here. This guy makes like the coolest videos. I talk to Panda like almost every single weekend. Most of us do, playing StarCraft. And he's like, Mining Chamber, I remember him. That guy, he was a god of YouTube. This guy gets hundreds of thousands. No, he says nothing but good thing. Hundreds of thousands of views, falls off the face of the earth. What's up, man? How you been?
Honestly, one guy commented, he's like, you left it at 69 videos and then that's it. And I think that was a good way to end it. I'm like, okay, that's perfect. I'll use that as an excuse. But no, honestly, I've been moving around a lot. I've been moving from, I don't mind kind of saying the province, but I've moved from Montreal, British Columbia to BC to Toronto. And it's like all over the place. So my mining rigs have been off and dragged all the way with me here and there and shipped. And now they're just sitting down here, not mining at all for the past like 12 months, I believe. So it's been a shit show. I haven't mined anything in the the hype where mining was actually insane. But honestly, I didn't care much because my goal was always just being involved with crypto mining, whether it's me mining, making content, building a website, and obviously building a website was the one that completely kidnapped all my time. So I've been stuck with that,
Man,
If you haven't visited his website, it's very valuable.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
I've referenced it a number of times.
I appreciate that. You guys can hear feedback from my mic, right? It's a little close.
Feedback?
No, you're fine. You're
I don't
fine.
think it's not good.
Quality.
Good, man.
Mining chamber. Listen, if you haven't seen Mine Chamber, talk about quality. Now, this guy Panda, everybody know this guy Panda? No quality, all right? He just holds the camera out and hits record. Same as me, okay? I have no quality either. I will admit that. But my boy Mining Chamber, dude, did you go to college for theater or, videography, anything, or?
Not at all, man. I mean, we're seeing like Seb Haslow in this space now. He's absolutely killing it. His quality is beautiful too. And all of you guys, that's why the reason I haven't seen the need of me making content, because so many brilliant content creators came out in the mining scene. Back then, there was just Panda filming videos in his bathtub. I know that was that's where I wanted to come in. But now it's all of you guys are in here. I don't need to worry about it. You guys are giving really quality information to all the miners out there. Now it's easy to find the resources. Back then, it just wasn't. Now what we're lacking is a good mining website, and that's what I want to tackle.
Tell me about it. Tell us about your website, man.
Where do we start? I mean, initially it started as a very stupid idea of having my 7 Radeon 7s in my 1-bedroom apartment, rent them out to people around the world. So if they want to mine, they just get a package of the Radeon 7, and then they would mine for however long, and then I can buy it off of them if they want to stop mining. And it's that was the idea initially. And then obviously along the way, that didn't make sense. I wanted to expand mining, and I just wanted to be an information source rather than cloud mining, I guess. So from there, mining settings came in, and now we have mining profitability on the way. It'll be way better than any profitability out there. It'll be more detailed. Parallel mining rewards will be detailed and everything like that. And I want to also put an umbrella over everything. I want to make ASIC mining content. I want to have CPU mining, utility mining, which is recently introduced, where it's all these cool projects that are doing something interesting, tokenizing some type of network. So that's the roadmap up ahead. There's a lot to happen.
Listen, how come our brain isn't working like that, boys? How come the rest of, the things I'm hearing. How old are you? You don't have to tell us. Give us a range if you don't feel comfortable.
1999, I guess.
What? Damn, I'm doing life wrong. Everybody in chat, we're doing it wrong, man. Okay. All right. So, ASICs.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot
That's
of.
my daughter's age, actually.
Really, this guy's smart, man. We got to keep this guy around. All right.
Well, honestly, I got to learn from brilliant people in the space like Bitsby Trippin and Panda. I mean, Panda, kind of questionable, but I had to learn from him. So he kind of mentored me early on, and I'm very grateful for that. Absolutely.
Okay. ASICs. So a lot of people are talking about ASICs more and more. Definitely when I came in, was before I started making videos at 21, I never really saw much about ASICs. Have any of you been leaning more towards ASICs, experimenting with ASICs, or just pure GPUs?
Nope.
Nope.
No ASICs for me.
No ASICs for Django. Okay.
I
Oh,
thoroughly
ASICs.
enjoy the L7.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's heating my house, so that's kind of why, I'm mining with it. If it wasn't heating my house, I probably wouldn't be mining with it, to be honest. But yeah, I do love it. It's one of the only profitable machines, or was last week. I don't know what it looks like today. I haven't looked in a while, but you get the gist. What about King? What about you, buddy?
I got a couple, I got a couple ASICs hanging around. I got mini ASICs, and I've even done some of the Mysterium, right, for the, for the VPN service. I've done all kinds of different ways to get crypto. I am still, if I had to pick one though, I'd still be a GPU miner all the way. That would be what I'd still want to be. All in Flux, but
All in Flux. Okay. It's a good one. Max, mining chamber?
I don't have one. I don't have any ASICs at this point. I'm not dead set against them. I just know that they're drawbacks. I mean, heck, the KDA 3 that came out, that really showed what the problems are with relying on ASICs. Is the next best thing comes out, takes over the hash rate, and makes you unprofitable. So
yeah,
that's my concern. And once you've done that, that thing's a paperweight. It's not really
Yeah,
worth much
I
of
mean,
anything.
think about that KD Max. It got obliterated by the KA3.
F's in chat for anybody who bought it KD Max at like 40,000. Oh,
Ugh.
God.
That's my problem. Is the risk reward is huge,
Well,
absolutely huge.
in that, you know, being devil's advocate right now is obviously not as bad of a time as it was, you know, a couple months back when you were paying 30 or 40,000 for those machines,
Right.
and now they're like 10. You know what I mean?
No,
That's a kick in the
now
dick.
here's the alternative to it though: is now is the time to buy them.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that if the price goes up, the profitability is going to go up, but now you're set. So even if you're unprofitable now on something, you might be profitable, say 6-12 months from now. And you're paying a much lower price for the hardware. So there's always that too. Depends on your angle.
mining
Yeah.
chamber? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, King. My bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I talked to my tax accountant today, just because I've got to do my taxes right for everything. I was getting everything together. I'm just checking with her to see if there's something else I need to grab that I didn't think of right. And she's like, I was really considering getting into mining. And she's like, what would you recommend, to get into? And I'm like, I was like,
Meow
I know,
coin.
I was just like, I know you don't have any experience, so I'm just like, I wouldn't recommend GPUs unless you're gonna have them like hosted somewhere and have somebody else do it for you. Because I was like, you have no idea about that, because she's not really technical like that, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't recommend it. She's like, well, I was thinking about, I got this area, below the main business part, and I was thinking about putting something there. And I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, you'll need 240, right? I was like, you could do an ASIC, and stuff like that. And she was just like, well, it's not generating a whole lot right now, right? She's like, I've been on these websites, this and that. I'm like, I was like, if you get into ASICs, you know what I mean? You don't want to buy something that's a couple years old. You want to get something that's brand new, that just came out, because you don't want to get phased out. You know what I mean? That's the problem with it. It's if that's the name of the game with the ASICs, you want the newest thing that just came out, but then you gotta see what it's mining, right? Like that K7. Man, I just think that one's not going to be great. That's just my personal opinion. And same with that D9. Like, it's only making what, like 20.
I need both of those to do well. They're coming.
Sorry. All
right.
But just think about it. If it's only making $20 a day right now, what happens when all these other machines come online? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It's going to be probably a third of that. But that's just right now in the bear market. She's like, well, why don't I just buy it later on when everything's doing better? I'm like, well, because the machines are cheap right now, right?
Yeah.
You want to buy it right now, and you don't even have to turn it on. You can just hold on to it, right? Because you don't want to buy it in the bull run when it's like 20, 30, 40, or whatever they want to charge for it, right? Now is kind of the time to buy your equipment.
Okay. Mining chamber and hobbyist. I don't know if you heard the question,
Wow.
hobbyist.
Hello,
I did
hobbyist.
not. I just jumped in. What's up, boys? It looks like the Brady Bunch here. We need two more. We need two more.
Two more.
Yeah.
It's supposed
You
to
can
be
go
Hawk.
right here
Hawk's-
below me.
Hawk's supposed to be coming.
More like the Hollywood Squares. Sorry. Not
Yes,
the Brady
I
Bunch,
like
Hollywood Squares. Except I'd be in the middle.
Mining
I'd be
chamber.
far
Look
away.
at that. Look at that curly hair. Look at that curly hair you got there, mining chamber. What's going on over there?
Not to tease everyone, but just came out of the shower. It's a little wet,
Oh,
He's got to give the hair flips what he needs to do.
Well, back to
Oh,
DJs.
man.
I mean, hobbyist, thank you for coming. I wanted to kind of, bomb the stream with you, but it's okay. We did it separately.
It's all right.
So DJ Mines, back to your question on the ASICs. I think if hobbies didn't hear the question, it's about ASICs. What our opinion on
Okay.
it? Honestly, personally, it's I'm with Max on the same page. I think it's such a, it's like black and white zone. It's like you can get really messed up or you might do really well. And I feel like most of the time with ASICs in China, they're used, abused, and then we can get the rest of it later once they're not useful anymore. And they get inflated in price quickly. So if you're in this time right now picking up some ASICs, you probably will have a better ROI selling them later on rather than mining with them when the hype begins. Like you guys mentioned, the S19s, they were going for like an insane $12,000, and now they're like, $2,000, $1,000 if you get it in a bunch. It's crazy. I think it's a risky field, and I personally don't mind with them. I obviously don't have the capacity for them. I'm in an apartment now, but I've sent a few ASICs to my home country where electricity is free, and they're like just
Ooh,
S9s.
wow.
So it's, it doesn't really matter whether they do good or bad. It's S9s, cost me a few $100, send a few of them there and just let them do their thing, and eventually scale up and get more S19s if I can find them for very cheap prices.
Free electricity.
respect
Why
that.
aren't you solo mining?
Yeah.
Just to see what you can do.
That's true. I can solo mine 100%. Yeah, I
You're
mean,
probably
it's
not getting
free,
much,
but
right? From the S9s, they can't be pulling that much a day, right?
no, not much at all. I mean, with an S19, you can get like what, $10 a day without electricity. I think something around that
Yeah,
range.
something
Yeah, that
So,
sounds about right. Yeah.
yep, S19 is pretty decent there.
So yeah, that's for sure.
But the problem obviously is the fact that electricity goes off like 8 hours a day. So
Oh, isn't it called like shedding
I'm
or
mining for a
something?
third.
Load shedding or something like that?
Not necessarily, just the country's trash.
Oh,
I'm not
weird.
gonna throw names, but
Interesting.
it's not working out very well there. Civil war, a lot of stuff going on. It's not working out there.
Okay. Hobbyist?
Yeah, so I'm definitely all for diversifying. That's one thing that I wish I knew, like looking back on the bull run and stuff like that. Like I think, if anything, I think all of us have learned that like going through this current bear cycle, it's like, okay, what's kind of kept some of us above water? I mean, especially like those that own like L7s and stuff like that. They're doing pretty good there. I do like the comment, and I know DJ and I have talked about this before on a video we did talking about just buying hardware, and Mining Chamber alluded to it a little bit. Buying hardware right now, it was so funny you guys brought that up because I was doing the dishes earlier and I was like, man, I should buy another S19. Like the prices are so low right now, and I was like, all right, like if I can get it for under 2, even if like I can run it right now, and then even if like I turn it around 12 months from now and sell it, it could be double. It could be double. I don't think many of us think they're gonna stay down in value over the next 2 to 3 years. So it's definitely, there are some people that wait for the bear market to buy up hardware and mining hardware. Don't even mine. They just buy it up and hodl it, and then they resell it. It's buying an asset and reselling it when it's worth more money. So I do think it's a good idea. I just, speaking to our communities, just don't over leverage yourself. These people that go in and go nuts and then come back later crying because they just overspent. It's like, yeah, I'm hesitant to buy one, guys. So like, you want to come in here and buy 10 because the price is low, just be careful. That's all.
I know a guy who went all in the last bear market. You may know him. He's looking to his left. He's folding his arms, wearing gray hoodie. Maybe.
that
Do you
guy?
want to tell us about that? How'd it work out for you, Django?
Worked out pretty good. Worked out pretty good on the hardware side. I got wrecked in other ways, but I agree with all you guys on the ASICs. I only have one, and that's the L7, and that's the one I felt the safest buying, and I love it so far. If I was to buy more, I'd buy more of those, but I'm not really looking at it just because there's too many issues. But yeah, I'm not buying any ASICs. If anything, stacking up on GPUs. But yeah, I never lost hope in crypto. Even during the pandemic when it was all-time low, I was like, it's gonna come back, and then it did, and that was
And he's never sold, right? He never sold a coin.
Yeah, well, I have now, but only
Fair
to when I made the video I hadn't, but when I bought those, I don't know if you remember, I made that video where I bought like a crap ton of Octa miners right before the merge with all my GPUs. I bought all that with crypto.
Okay.
Okay.
I respect that.
Which actually was a phenomenal move because the crypto was actually really high. And then the hardware I got the 3070s for right around 370 a card. And I got to mine like 2 months before the merge. And so that's kind of my think. I've actually like 50% ROI'd on those just because of that crazy timing. I kind of figured it would happen like that, but I was risking a little bit there, but it worked out.
We got a question from Second Time Mining. He says, for Django, but I want the whole panel to feel free to answer. What GPU would you be picking up? Like if you could buy a graphics card right now to, little Timmy, what would you suggest little Timmy buys?
I still like the 3070s. I actually kind of want to get some Intel GPUs just to test them out, build an Intel rig. I think that they might be pretty sweet. But I'm not going to go heavy into those. I already have so many 3070s. But if you're like I probably 3070s, 3060s. They're the best, I think.
Okay,
Can't go wrong.
everybody else?
Go ahead,
Same
Max.
page. 37.
Depends on what you're
37.
mining. But I think overall, yeah, the 3070s. I mean, all you gotta do is look at Seb's video that you just had, and 3070s was like the top of the list on almost everything, except for a few coins where there were some AMDs that were higher. But again, it depends on what you're looking to mine and what you think is going to be a really good coin going into the future. But again, flexibility, you can't really go wrong with a 3070. On top of that, if you're looking to just get started and you need a new GPU, 3070 is a great all-around GPU at a reasonable price. So yeah, that's what I'd say 3070 at this point.
Chump?
You know, someone was saying in my chat the other day that they noticed that the 3060s were going for a higher price than 3060 Ti's, and I think it's because the 3060s are 12 gigabyte versus the 8 gigabyte. Now, I'm wondering if that has a lot to do with that like render stuff I talked about. Like, are they buying these higher gigabyte graphics cards to do something along the AI lines? So that's kind of, I don't know. I'd have to look into that and figure it out. But I mean, I think we're kind of all on the same page, the 3070 or 6600, you know, around those two. It's probably what I'd go after for now.
King?
Yeah, I have oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't be interrupting me, hobbyist.
Dang it, man. Dang it.
See you at StarCraft tonight.
Shit.
Give
Give you an ass whooping. Let's go.
I'm gonna go. I'm only going Team Green because Flux is so favorable to Team Green, and they're not so favorable to Team Red right
But you're
now.
mining Meow Coin. So what's that matter?
Yeah.
I just have to give you shit every time. I have to give you shit every time.
One rig of 6600s. I'm mining with that.
Oh,
all right.
all right. All right.
That's
It
just
makes me feel
one
better.
rig. They're just 6600s. Yeah, it's like 400 watts or something like that. So I've hit like 18 blocks with it already. So it's doing
Wow.
okay.
Jeez. There you
It's not worth that much though. So I would actually go 3080s.
3080? Why 3080?
3080.
Let's hear it.
Density. What? Actually, I'm gonna take that 3080 Ti. 3080
Wow.
Ti. Even step up.
Madman.
They are Flux monsters. That's my favorite card for Flux. I wish I had more of them. 3080 Ti.
How many souls
100
does
plus.
that get?
100 plus souls. You could actually do like 120, 130 on there if you really wanted to push it really hard and heavy. But you can easily get 104 with efficient tuning if you didn't want to burn your power.
And what are you getting those for secondhand? Like I know with like a 3070, you're pretty much 300 to 350, depending on markets. What are you looking at for like the 3080 Ti's?
I haven't bought one in so long, so I don't know. I haven't bought a graphics card for I don't even know how long it's been. Probably a few months now. Probably like 3 months. I was paying for 3080s. I was paying like 600 or 500.
Okay.
So,
But if you look
Right,
at
you
that
can get
from
them.
like a, if you look at that from like a soul perspective though, versus like the 3070, you're correct. Like you're double the souls there if you're at there. So your price kind of lines up if that's where your target is.
yeah, I would be cool with like around like $700, maybe $800. I'd be okay with that. I'd go for density. So that's just me though. That's just my. It's the card's gonna last longer, and you're gonna get way more. You're gonna get way more out of it than 3070s. I guess it depends on your risk tolerance, though.
Yeah, man. I like density. I know there's a lot of people who prefer like 6600, 6600 XT. I don't know, man. I had like 8 of those, and I think on Ethereum I was getting like 230 mega hash, and I was really disappointed. You know? Yeah, it was efficient, but it just took up so much space. This is before like the Octominer thing.
You're just gonna need a boatload of them.
Yeah, I had
to make
so
up for
many,
it.
and I was like, oh man, it's kind of depressing. I don't know. For me, I don't know if you guys saw Panda's video today. Another person hit a solo Bitcoin block. I believe that was one of the, what was it called? What's the company? Gecko?
Well,
what is it?
I thought
Yeah,
it
the
was
Gecko
with
Science.
was that with an S9 or was that with?
I think he added S9s.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I know it wasn't much though. It was like very
Yeah.
low amount, and they hit it. What would you guys do? I want to know, everybody on the panel, what would you do if you just got, what is it, 6 Bitcoin, 6.2, whatever they're gonna give you? What would you guys do with that money right now? It doesn't have to be crypto related. It could be anything.
Hold it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hold it. I might diversify it. Like if I got 6 Bitcoin, I might sell 3 of Bitcoin into other crypto, smaller altcoins. But
that'd be really easy. Put it towards my retirement because, yeah,
that's in a couple years. I mean, you got to worry about that stuff now. You know what I mean?
Oh man, Max, watch out!
You trying to get me closer to my retirement with that? Is that common?
Got that bad hip? Is it hip or knee you got going on? You're halfway there.
The whole leg at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like DJ, like bring that up a little bit. I feel like, and please correct me if you guys disagree. I feel like all of us that are miners should be solo mining Bitcoin in some capacity, like big or small. I feel like it's worth it at the end of the day. Would you guys agree or disagree with that comment?
On a super small scale, I'm doing it right now. With these
There you go. See, that's perfect. Exactly.
See, I am not. I actually took my my Bitcoin miner, and put it on Digibyte.
Oh,
see if
really?
I could actually hit a Digibyte.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't hit one yet, but I got better chances than hitting a Bitcoin block, so we'll see.
Yeah, you do.
I agree with the hobbyist though. It's like it's our own little lottery, our miners' lottery. We shouldn't be buying these scratch offs, but we should just solo mine Bitcoin, for the heck of it. It's fun.
Hey, you get multiple chances like every hour, right?
Unlimited chances.
Unlimited chances forever.
You pass on to the next life.
Listen, if
an
in the whole
infinite lottery
community,
ticket.
in the whole community, one of us is going to hit it eventually. Is either a viewer or content creator or
That'd be
somebody's going to hit it. We're all going to know each other for 20 years from now, hopefully. And remember back in the day before my hip hurt? I hit that block though, boys. You know what I mean?
Well, it's definitely going to be you at the rate you're going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
You
know.
might as well hit it and start running around again,
Those are right.
If I hit it,
Funniest thing.
I'll answer my own question. If I hit it, I'm buying the world's biggest crack rock. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would keep 5 of it in Bitcoin, I think. Yeah, I'd keep 5 of it in Bitcoin. I'll take the other one. I'm going to steal, I think it was Django's answer. Was it Django that said he would do like half and half? I'll take that last Bitcoin, and I'm going to buy some other projects like Flux. I don't know, a little bit of this, maybe mess around with Nervos a little bit. Just try out a couple things and see where that goes, because that's where the big money is going to be.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of with you on that. I don't know if I'd take a whole Bitcoin, but at least the 0.2, or whatever. Anything after the decimal doesn't matter.
You're going to buy the crack
I'll
rock
take
too?
For sure.
Oh, no.
Obviously. Just a little. It won't be as big. I don't get as crazy. No, in the chat, Ravenboy Crypto said he was BTC mining solo with 2 S9s. Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Good
luck,
stuff.
man.
That's what, 28 terahash or so, roughly, depending.
I think
Yeah, I
the
mean, if you're
chance-
solo mining with like an S9, now we're talking about a decent amount of electric. You know what I mean? Whereas
Oh, yeah.
like these little itty bitty ones that a few of us have and stuff like that, it's like those I feel like are no brainers. Like you can't even like
15 watts,
that electric
something
is
like that.
it's like nothing. It's like okay, I'm not even it comes out of the equation. But when you're talking like an S9, it's like ooh, like especially 2 of those there. I mean. You can't even bring up the question like, hey, are you going to ROI? It's like, if I hit a block, absolutely. But that may happen in 25 years, 30 years. Like, you never know. So I think there's definitely that threshold, at least for me. But I do think it's really interesting. Like talk to me a year ago when we were in the bull run or whatever, I would have even thought about solo mining Bitcoin. But now that like we're so speculative driven and so like we'll take that risk or things like that. I mean, look at people now like Max doing Caspa solo mining and Mining King doing Meowcoin solo mining. It's like we wouldn't even have talked about those things, a year ago at all. Like it was like ETH or blasphemy, I feel like. Like it's just like nothing else fell in.
Honestly, that's what makes the bear market, honestly, from a crypto miner's perspective, way more interesting from a viewer perspective, because we talk about all kinds of different things that we wouldn't talk about in a bull market.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, most of us wouldn't do some of the things or buy some of the hardware that we are now then, because it was just like, I remember I tell it all the time when it's like, man, I remember when if something didn't ROI in a year, it was like, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It doesn't ROI in a year. Don't even bother. And now it's like a no-brainer, Now it's just like, I don't know when it's going to ROI. And for some people, that's a hard pill to swallow. Some people like can't grasp that concept and still live in the bull run when it's like, I don't know when it's going to ROI, but I believe, and that's kind of, you go down that hopium route, but you believe that the bull run's going to return at some point and you're going to be much more profitable.
Question for all of you. If you knew what you knew right now and you had to reset, we're about to go back into the bull market, what are you doing? What are you going to change on your journey?
Ooh.
Buy server cases, no open frames.
Okay, buy server cases. Now, for those who don't know, Django's on a really big scale. So tell us more about that.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I was saying, for those in the chat who don't know, Django's on a really big scale, so I'd love to hear this.
Yeah, it's just I didn't think I was gonna get that big, honestly. I just it was crazy. It started out with one guy wanting 8 rigs, and I'm like, yeah, let's throw them on open frames. And all of a sudden, it turned into 100 and 200, and it was just like, and then eventually I was like, all right, no more. And then I started with the cases. But if I had known I was gonna get this big, I would have definitely done cases. I really think that if you're gonna have more than 25 rigs, it's 100% worth it to go cases. You know, it's just from a management standpoint. It's just so much work to manage them, not in the cases.
Easier to carry around.
Yeah, easy
you know
to
what I mean?
carry around, easy to not have to deal with motherboards, like no risers, no ATX power supplies. So it's like so nice.
And now that you have a kid, you understand that the whole, touching things happens. So when they walk by, they're gonna grab all the open air stuff. Like my son still
everywhere.
He's putting his
I
fingers
have, like,
on the
open fan
H110s.
things.
And I'm like, oh my God, stop touching those. I'm like, you're going to break the pins on them. So I like keep showing him the fans on the rigs, but man, I can't get his fingers out of them. It's insane. Yeah, I don't even, what we're going to change, right? So I wouldn't buy as many GPUs, to be honest. I probably would have went, I guess, when we saw the prices get into like the euphoria stage, right? Now that I've been through a bull run, I kind of know where, I guess I would say I know what that feeling feels like, where everybody's like, just insanely buying and not stopping, and it's just everybody's around, buy everything you can see, there's nothing available. At that moment, I don't think I would be buying a damn thing, and I would just hold everything until we saw what happened. I think that's kind of my biggest lesson learned, I guess. Instead of like just buying shit up until the end. That's pretty much what happened with all of us, right? And then it just crashed. So I don't know.
The rest
Who's
of you,
next?
what would you change?
Who did you ask?
Mining chamber. I'm eager to hear from you on this one. What would you change if knowing what you
do
know
it
now
over.
with the bull run? Yeah, curious from your perspective.
Was that to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Go back in
Kinda freaked
time
out.
right now. Bull market's about to start. You know everything you know now. We're redoing 2021. What are we changing?
I feel like I would change so much stuff. So one, I would sell all the GPUs, no doubt. I'll rebuy everything back again, and when I'm ready with a bigger spot to mine in, because right now they haven't been mining, as I mentioned earlier, for like a very long time. So I would sell everything. I would focus a lot more on the website. I would try to release a lot more content earlier. I feel like when the merge happened, a lot of lost miners were out there, and a lot of confusion happened, and like the profitability was all over the place. I feel like I should have focused a lot more into optimizing that to make more sense. Maybe put a few disclaimers out there, like, maybe turn up your rigs. It's not a good time to mine. I know a lot of the community did that, and you guys did a great job at covering that. But I feel like from like a perspective of going to whattomine.com, you'll be so lost of what the hell is going on. So I would have focused on that side, and maybe I would have gotten back into videos a little bit earlier to make a video about this topic. But I think I remember telling the hobbyists, I'm like, okay, I'm going to release a video next week, and then like 2 weeks later, it's not happening still. It's a mess. I've had like 7 videos in progress where I'm like 80% done to finish them, and then I just leave it. I can't focus on it anymore. That's it. And then I go back to the website. So it's been a shit show and bleep on that side.
Okay.
Kind of like writer's block, but for somebody that makes videos, right? So I
yeah,
get
it's
it.
like
I've been
it's
there.
not interesting for me enough anymore for some reason. I just don't like making content, but now I do like making content again. I don't know. It's whatever I'm interested more in, I'll be doing, and then that's it.
Maybe
The
when the
love-hate
money comes
relationship.
back, that'll change.
Yeah.
I mean, I stopped when the money was really good. I stopped when the peak was there for even content creators, even from YouTube AdSense. Like it's been crazy, But I've stopped at that time, which was a dumb idea as a business. But as my passion just grew further than the business, I just wanted to chase the website.
Because you broke, how many subs did you have, man? You had a lot of subs.
I just checked earlier. He's almost at 100. He's almost at 175,000. I literally looked earlier tonight.
And he
when
quit.
I was
He
talking with
quit
you.
like at the peak, man. This guy was killing the game on YouTube, like destroying, and then just went away. But I respect it, man.
I know.
I respect it.
Good
Honestly,
for you
I'm
for
very
following your
grateful.
passion, though.
Yeah,
like
I
that's
respect
impressive to like pivot your passion over when you're at that point. I mean, but burnout's a thing. I mean, you talked about like writer's block or content block. I mean, I've experienced that in just the 2 years that I've been doing this. But at the same time, burnout is absolutely a thing when it comes to content creation and everything like that. And sometimes it's just a value to walk away. You know, you may come back in the next bull run and like stronger than ever, but at least, you know what I mean? Like you're at least 175 in, you know, like that is no easy number to achieve.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Thank you guys. But the funny thing, Panda just said met me and then quit. I think meeting Panda is the reason I think meeting Panda was the reason I started videos in the first place. It was him. I mean, I remember the first time I've interacted with Panda was going in his rig picks community showdowns. That was like back then when he had like 1,000 subs. And I'm like, oh, Panda, like I have this website, blah, blah, blah. Please review it on your channel. You know, he's such a nice guy and sometimes annoying, but you know, he definitely reviewed it and 100%. It was really chill and it was awesome. And that snowballed the content creation effect. But yeah, I mean, what was really weird is I stopped videos at 120,000 subs, I think. And then just throughout that bull run, I've gained 50,000 subs. So that just puts in perspective how much of an opportunity there was for content creators there. Like just producing no content, I was able to get subs. So for those who were producing content like the Hobbyist, Seb, and everyone else, it's like you guys did amazing. You killed it. You've gained a lot of subs in that period, which is, you know, beautiful to see. I feel like every miner should, in some way or some caliber, do some content, whether it's articles, whether it's videos. It's just a good way to monetize your mining in another, you know, way. It's great.
Absolutely. That's some good advice right there. The side hustle, you know, maybe your electric rate's not that good, but you can make up for some of the power, making some YouTube videos or something. Okay, Chili, I'm sorry I did not give you a welcome. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today?
Hey, Chili.
What would you do? You go back in
There's
time.
my favorite.
2021, you know everything you know. What are we changing?
Oh my god. Definitely not changing GPU mining. I think I would do a little bit of direct investment with my money and also GPU mining and also with ASICs. I still have not purchased my first ASIC and I've been kicking the can down the road for like 5 months and I think now's a good time to buy, but I literally like am a squirrel, like shiny object syndrome. Like I literally can't decide every day and it's like the prices are changing. I'm like, it's like stressful. I'm like, I just need to fucking buy it. So I still don't know which one I want. Like I wanted to buy the L7 last week and then my wife's like, no, wait for a different one. And it's like, I don't know. It's been interesting. Yeah, I don't know. So that was kind of a vague answer, but that's probably what I would do.
Chump King, did you guys answer yet?
No, I'll let Chump go first. He's the boss.
Well, what would I do different? Yeah, I already answered that.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
I wouldn't have went all in like the whole way.
That's right. Yeah. Knowing what I know now, for this particular bull run, I would have actually traded all my ETH for Flux. Instead of selling it, most of it, I would have traded all of it for Flux. If you look at some of the bunny analyst charts and other growth charts of Flux, they're gonna grow into something massive, and that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will all blow up in my face, but I hope one day I'll be on the crypto yacht.
Yeah, can I come?
I'll be in
Yeah,
the
that's
dinghy.
right.
Panda, you can't come because you didn't call in tonight. You're uninvited. I'm burning your flag. Tell your baby mama.
I haven't answered yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Max.
Go ahead, Max.
Go ahead, Max. I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, you know, you go back to think about it. If you can go back in time, what would you do? If you go back in time to like 2012, what would you do? You'd buy a couple Bitcoin. I mean, so there's lots of things we could do to really be super profitable. So you could take the route of I'm gonna go back and buy all the cryptos like Flux that was at 1 cent, 2 cents, that went up to over $3. I mean, you could do that, or you could take the mining route. So me in particular, if I was going to take the mining route, I would have started buying in 2019 much heavier than I did. You know, pretty much I had one mining rig for a while, and then I started buying more right before the bull run started. So I was fortunate in the fact that that's when I started my buying. But yeah, I would have started buying obviously a lot sooner than I did, and would have looked into putting a shed in my backyard at that point with the cheap electric I have.
I respect it. Okay, my turn. Thank you for asking, everyone. I appreciate that.
He didn't ask me. He didn't ask me. You piece of shit.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm not
Who the
used
fuck's
to
that
having the
guy?
honor of
I
having
know,
so many
jeez.
amazing people. Go ahead, Hobbyist.
Chump change is like up here, so I just want to like poke at him way up there. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. I actually was doing taxes today and looked at the amount of money that I spent during that time period on stupid stuff. As I learned with mining, like the biggest expense I've had is that stupid mining room right next to me. That was like the worst idea ever. I spent like $5 grand on that room. Yeah. What a waste of money. Like, and the same thing, like I went the grow tent route and it was fun and experience to it. And like, yeah, it provided content, like, you know, a huge thing for it. But going back, it's like, man, I try to tell people too, it's like, don't waste your money. Like, take that leap. And I should have just taken the leap and gone with the shed route. Now that I've just, excuse me, now that I've gotten my mining equipment outside of my home, I mean, one, the wife's happier. You know, the AC unit works properly again. You know, all these types of things. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't think people appreciate that or know that leap. And I know it's a big leap as a home miner to like go outside of that, but that's something I would have done a year ahead of time. And just kind of what Max has said too, like just go with it. Definitely should have went with a bigger shed, but regardless, it was still like a huge win. And that's something where I try to instill on people where they're like, oh, I'm looking to build this all out sophisticated. It's like, hold the phone. What about like a cheaper shed? Is that and people just like don't even think about it until you've outgrown it. So that's probably something I would have went with.
I respect that. That's some good answers, man. Go big or go home. I like it. So for me, I definitely would have not got as big as I did. Definitely not as big as Django. Okay, it's like 200 GPUs. But I had to sell so much Tesla stock because I bought 3 properties to mine. I bought all these damn graphics card motherboards. Octominer, shout out to Octominers. I don't regret those. Those are cool. But you get what I'm saying. I bought so much shit. And Panda, I remember when I bought that 4 gigahash farm in the peak of the bull run off this guy. It was like $24,000 for like 80 GPUs. It was a steal. Panda offered me $45,000. I wish I would have sold that to Panda so he could be holding the bag. I definitely would have like pretty much sold off most of my things and bought all of them back now for probably half the price. But hey, what can you do, right? What can you do?
Yeah, I kind of don't think about that. Like when Mining Chamber brought that up earlier, and it was like, oh, like sell, you know what I mean? Like sell some of that equipment because you can always buy it back. Like, and that's what I'm seeing. Like looking at things like the 3070 and the bull run versus where it is now and stuff like that. It's like, man, that's something going back on that topic. It's like, I almost wish, be okay with selling hardware. I've always been like, no, I got to hodl it and build it up. But it's like, be okay with it. Take the profits. Because now that I've been through the full cycle, it's like, man, you could just do it again. It's not a big deal. Like, take the profits when you can.
Well, I think you sold the B250, right? Didn't you, for like $500?
Oh man, but that was a win.
Killing.
$500. I actually got that originally for free. I appreciate bringing that up. When I first started mining, my first video was literally, I didn't know what that board was. My buddy had given it to me.
I remember you saying that.
And I was like, and I had a Veta frame, and I was like, Veta frames were going for a pretty penny at that point when I first started, and then the B250 and then I had a bunch of like
that had it that's sitting in his basement or something.
He gave it to me. He was like,
crazy.
here, you might use these. They were sitting in my basement for like a year. He started mining like, I talked to him the other day, like S3 or something like that, like way like a while ago. And that B250. So I wasn't going to use it because I was tired of trying to get all the GPUs to mine. It was like it's such a pain in the ass with that board. I'm like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. And then it's just false marketing. Like when you actually look at the manual, it's like, well, you need to have this. It's pretty much made for the P series cards. Yeah. So long story short, I sold it, and I sold it at the high end, got like $500 for that thing, and I was like, holy cow! Like that was a huge win for a motherboard.
Hey, maybe maybe we'll get another chance at it. Now they have all these Octominers. I don't need all these B250s. That's what like that whole stack is right there, man. These things gotta go. Timmy,
here's the thing.
Go ahead, Max.
We talk about the fact that we could have all sold. The problem is the timing of the sale. Mm-hmm. There were people that started selling hardware way early, much earlier in the bull run. In fact, some people probably started buying back in later on. So you've got that also. It's like, okay, great. Yeah, knowing what we know now, we make sure we sold like probably at the beginning of 2022 before people really started realizing the merge was coming and the prices were still high. And yeah, in hindsight, sure, that'd be the perfect time to sell.
Yeah, somebody needs to clip this or just keep this video. So next time we're just as stupid, you guys can laugh at us.
Yep.
Django's got some good experience on this.
Yeah, I wish I would have done a little bit. I mean, you always see. I mean, because I mean, when I like in 2018 or something, or when I started, the prices were. I wish I would have bought in so much more, but it's I don't know. I started in the bear, so I was still waiting for the bull, and then when the bull happened, it was my first bull market, and so I was like, it was crazy. I can't believe it, like crazy how prices and hardware and everything was just insane. So, because I bought it before after the peak in 2018, so yeah.
Imagine if you sold everything, how much money you would have taken in, like, you know what I mean, at that moment when everything was just like skyrocketed. I paid $12.50 for a 3070 at one point, like,
oh my,
insane amounts of money you could have made.
Yeah, I know it would have been
crazy.
It would have been crazy. But
insane.
yeah, I'm fine with everything, all the hardware I have. Because I am still mining a little bit because I have that one little mining room, and I have like over 100 GPUs in there mining, and they're profitable. And they've been profitable for like 4 or 5 months. They haven't stopped. So I mean, that's one of the reasons too that one of the reasons I've gone so heavy into GPUs is because of my electric situation. If you know, I know a lot of people say it's different. So if my electric was different, I knew I wouldn't be able to mine like this. Then I wouldn't have gone so heavy into GPUs. So that's like another thing to take into consideration. You know, because I have like 4 cent power in that one building, and the data center is $100 per rig. So it's, I mean, I'm almost profitable. I'm so close. And so, yeah. And then I'm gonna turn them on, and then it's gonna, you know, jam up the hash rate, and I'll have to turn them off again.
Right.
Let's make the hash rate bounce.
Yeah, that sucks.
you're the guy.
Yeah, that's the shitty part of being so big, I guess, right?
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not that big. I mean, I am big, but I'm not like big enough to affect the network difficulty. I've monitored it. Like if I put all my GPUs on like Caspa, for example, I'm like 2%.
You just switch them all at the same time just to see if it jumps. That's hysterical.
Yeah, it's like 2%. So it's pretty good. I mean, that's
pretty good.
That's a lot.
That's pretty good. The whole
But like on some bigger coins, like you know Ergo or like Ethereum Classic,
Nothing.
fraction
Yeah.
of percent. You know, like
Right.
1, you know, 1/10%. So
I want to go back to the fact that we don't.
Sorry,
Sorry,
love what Geek of All Trades said in the chat. I would have never watched BitBoy Crypto.
yeah.
Probably good. What were you saying, Mind Chamber?
I was gonna say I want to take it back a little bit in the fact of like what we could have done better when it came to the bull run. And one thing I think that holds all of us down is the fact that at some caliber we are making content. And like me personally, I didn't want to sell any of my GPUs just because I wanted to make content about them. Like whether they're like shitty AMD cards or, you know, Radeon 7s. I've been holding my Radeon 7s for so freaking long, and they would have sold for a pretty penny. But you know, I love these cards, and Panda's always jealous of seeing them with me. So it's, you know, I gotta make sure to hold them to, you know, tease them a bit with the Code 41s. But honestly, like, that's something that held us down, and I feel like we should have looked at it more as an investment rather than a hobby or a passion. Like selling the hardware at that point where Max mentioned a good point, like you don't know when to sell because it's going to keep rising or it might drop at suddenly, you know. But when we're seeing that demand and we're seeing people FOMOing into it, like logically you want to start selling slowly but surely, you know, and don't let your emotions get the hold of it. And doing that and then just rebuying in later, it's always makes a lot more sense. I feel like just we're also FOMOing at the same time. It was kind of a messy scenario, especially for me at least.
I know I had a lot of FOMO because it was so difficult to get graphics cards. It was like the most difficult thing. And I would watch Panda and he'd get 6, 8, 10, 12 at a time. And I'm like, how? How is he doing this? You pretty much got to suck a dick to get a GPU in 21. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. And this guy, you know, and so like when you got one, you're just like, oh, my precious, man, I need more, you know. Max, go ahead and tell him your story.
Well, after you said that,
Whoa.
I don't know if I really want to go into
How many?
What kind of story are we about to hear?
like 3 GPUs at Best Buy, and everybody's gonna make assumptions.
Yep.
Connect those dots. Anyway, but yeah, my wife was traveling down to see my son out in Huntsville, Alabama, and this is back when Best Buy really didn't have a really good idea how to allocate GPUs equally across the country. So if you were in a smaller market, like I know my daughter bought one in Peoria, Illinois, where she was going to school. My wife was down in Huntsville. I think about 150 to 200,000 people live down there, and they had one Best Buy that had allocation. So I said, "Hey, you're down there. You got time?" She's like, "Sure, I'll drive by there at 8 a.m." Didn't stand in line. In fact, the line had already gone into the store. So she came in, walked in at last person in line, bought one, and then she's like, calls me, "I got one. Do you want me to try to get another one?" I'm like, "Sure." Gets back in line, buys another one. And at that point, they close the door. She calls me and says, "You want me to wait in line until they open?" I said,
Haven't even
"Sure."
opened yet.
They hadn't even opened yet because they did this all beforehand. So she waits in line again. She walks in. Guy says, "Wait a minute. How many cards do you have?" She's holding both cards because my son had dropped her off there because he had the car. Anyway,
She got two like this, asking for another.
yes. And he's like, "How many do you have?" She's like, "2." He's like, "Okay, which one do you want?" And said, at that point I was buying 3060 Ti's. And anyway, so then she buys it, and then she's walking to get it, and another guy walks up and he's like, "Dude, you already have 3. Go home."
Yeah.
So she's like, "Okay, I guess 3's the limit." So anyway,
That's awesome.
yeah, so it's a good story. But yeah, the key was with Best Buys was to go to those smaller markets that were getting the same allocation. They were all getting like 150 to 200 cards. So the first allocation that Best Buy had, they had one store. It's 9 million people in the metropolitan area of Chicago, and they had 200 cards at that store. That's it for 9 million people. But yet the smaller markets were getting equal allocations. So some people, I think, from Chicago area were driving when they started going outside of Chicago and going to Peoria and Champaign. People were driving out to those locations to get cards because they could get them there.
It'll be interesting to see if we ever go through that again. Like just that situation of cards. Like, I haven't been in the scene that long, but just based off of everything I heard, like it was like the perfect storm, with supply chain, with COVID, with everything. So it was like, holy cow, like, will that ever occur again? I mean, it was every time one of us got a card in one capacity or another, it was a victory. And like, it was part of the hunt where it was like, all right, I got a guy local. I'm going to meet him. I talked him down. I got cash. I'm going to, and it's like, nice. I got one. And I think Panda was always like the oddity. It was like, wait, what? Like, no, like that makes no sense at all. But it was always those little victories. And I think that's what made it exciting, especially not even just content creators, just other people, where it was like getting your hands on some of these GPUs. I mean, you'd be lucky to get a handful of them that matched and that were the same like manufacturer. I mean, I was just, hey, I'll take it, and kind of going from there. So, I mean, I bought, you had asked earlier about purchases. The last thing I bought with GPUs was 3 3070s and got them for $325 each. And that was maybe 6 months ago or something like that. But that's the last time I bought any GPUs. And even then, I still had that feeling. Like, I was like, okay, I need to get these. Like, they're cheaper. They're a good price. I need to snag these up. And those are my only 3 3070s I have still. I haven't purchased any more since then, but I'd like to. But it'll be interesting to see if we ever get, like, will that happen in the next bull run? Or is Nvidia really going to have a big influence on that with the 4000 series? So now it's not really supply and demand possibly, but just like the manufacturer trying to push us towards a new model.
Yeah, we'll see, because the 4000 series is so expensive. I've tested all the ones that came out. I love them. They're great, but the price is just, you can buy almost 3 of the 30 series. But the problem is they're not making them anymore. So,
well,
what are you going to do?
The cost of the 30 series has also been staying up pretty good. You know what I mean? They're actually going up a little bit because people are not buying 40 series. They'd rather go with 30 series than 40 series. I did something a little different than everybody else than the scavenging Best Buys. I found a source for distribution. So
I
that
did
was
too.
that was my key to success. I ended up getting one by accident. I was just playing some games with a buddy of mine, and it was one of his online buddies, and he's just like, "Yeah, hey man, I own a computer store out here in the middle of nowhere, but I have access to the distribution that EVGA and some other companies use." He's like, "Let me know how many cards you want, and I'll have them drop shipped to your house."
That's great.
And
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
did that as well. There was a computer store up in Janesville, Wisconsin. Bunch of guys from the Chicago Micro Center group had basically started this other chain and invited people that had been talking in that Micro Center and basically started a queue list of everybody, and all they had to do was put up $100, call the store, put up $100 and order $100 per GPU, and so with that down payment you secured your place in line. And so I started mine in January, and I got my 3060 Ti's. I bought 4 of them 3060 Ti's in May.
Nice.
So but yeah, that worked for me as well. But yeah, just finding different sources.
yeah,
You know what? Something that you
thing-
said, I'll say something you said earlier, DJ, about something we would do again. Like if we thought about it, I would do what Red Fox Crypto did, and to get a purchasing bot. That guy was rolling.
I had
like,
that.
They were just bringing
But
in the
how much-
GPUs. I couldn't believe it.
But how much does that cost though? Because I know you have to pay for the bot, and then you have to pay for the.
At the prices that they were selling.
So
Yeah, he
Novabot,
had got it. He had got it
that's
for.
what he used.
Yeah, he had something.
He got it for
Yep.
free for a sponsor, but I learned about it
Yeah.
from his video. That was the deal. Is it cost $300? It's called Novabot. You can get.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I said, one day I think I told some of you guys. One day I came home, and I had spent $7,000, and I was like, "Oh my god, this bot is too good! Like it's that good." It was just buying because it was checking.
Yeah.
It was checking everything all at once. You go
Yep.
Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon,
Well-
blah blah blah, and it was insane.
The other part though with that though is you wouldn't have all the same cards though. You would just have
Right.
whatever inventory
Correct.
they had.
Right.
See, that's what I liked about my distribution guy. I said, hey, I want 12 of this, and it would be from that exact same manufacturer, even the same run and batch. So they all be the same memory type. So
Wow,
that's
nice.
that's
Yeah.
what's nice about that.
And then the other thing I did was the EVGA queue system.
Yeah.
Get
that worked
everybody
out
and
for
my
me.
brother to sign up for that queue and buy through everybody else.
That was a good one back
That
then.
worked out really well. I think I don't know. I got about 10 cards I think through that.
You know what I need? You guys don't want to talk about it publicly. Somebody DM me in Discord. I need to figure out the Bitmain bot, because those bots are buying all the KA3s in a second, right? They're so proud of it too. Bitmain puts on a Twitter, sold out in 8 seconds, 12 seconds. So if you guys know
I
how
don't
to
think
get
there's a
that-
sale at all.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
You don't
actually
think there's a sale?
I think it's all marketing BS. I think they put
Yeah.
it out there, and then because all their distributors and vendors have them. Like give it like a week, and they all have them available. I think it's literally just to build hype. That's all that is. It's like, hey, this is for
Yeah.
sale, and it's like, okay, like really? And how many did you have? They don't disclose that.
Yeah.
They just say, hey, we sold out of them at $6,300 type of deal. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, I don't believe it. I think they just, yeah.
Either that or they have a very low quantity, right? That always sells out within seconds. You know what I mean? That doesn't take very long to sell.
Yeah. It's
10 on the
yeah.
storefront and then like 900 on the back. They're mining with them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Red Panda brings up a good one. Most of his GPUs I was able to get from Dreams Escrow. I've used them a couple times. I like Dreams a lot. That's
Really?
how
I
you-
never touched it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I was always so scared, man. I was always just like, dude, like these guys are gonna rip me off. I'm gonna get some.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some bunk cards. They're gonna be awful. They're not gonna work. Oh man, I never bought cards from eBay or anything like that because I want to see it. I want to inspect it. I want to look at it. Like you don't get that initial inspection other than the pictures that they show you, right? Because there could be something that maybe they don't show you in the picture. And I know somebody else, that bought recently a used GPU. I can say his name, but it was an AMD card. Didn't realize it when he was buying. Even in person, he missed because it was dark out. He missed that there's a couple screws missing. Long behold, it's missing some thermal pads, but there's an actual heat sink that's supposed to go there. So now the card is pretty much just effed. And it's a newer generation card, so it's really hard to find used parts for it, right? So to to me, if I'm buying used stuff, man, I gotta be in person. I won't.
See, the cool thing about Dreams, though, a little bit different than eBay. So you put your money on the escrow through Dream, which you could trust Dream. Dream's really good. I vouch for Dream. And you don't actually give them the money because it sits on the escrow until you fully inspected it. You have 3 days. You test it. You put it in your computer. If you say, hey, this isn't what I thought it was, you send it back, and then you get your money right back. Now, as a seller, I guess
that's what I was gonna say. What about that though?
Now, but as I never sold on there. But as a buyer, it's great because you're pretty much, if you don't like it or you don't feel like it's what you wanted, you just say, give my money back. But as a seller, maybe they'll do the swap-a-roo. That could be a little difficult, maybe.
So I'm assuming that if the seller ended up doing something shady where he didn't send it back right, then they would just automatically give him what was being held, right? Within a certain amount of time, I imagine.
Yeah. All right, everybody, final thoughts. I got to play some StarCraft. What do you have to say to the mining community? And I want to say thank you to everyone for being here because this is a huge panel. This is really cool getting you guys together. What do you guys say for us?
Chili, what do you got?
Chili, tell us words of wisdom.
He's holding it in.
We need something profound here.
I know.
Would you like an apple pie with it?
I don't know. I wish I would have something profound. I wish I would have met my other partners sooner, so we could have started the hosting place sooner. That's me.
Don't everybody go at once.
Yeah, right? I don't know. I don't know. Max, how about you? Come on, give us something long so I can think
honestly,
about this.
The thing I value most is you guys in the community.
Oh,
No, seriously. I mean, think about what the pandemic would be like if we hadn't all met during it. And it just seriously, this is, I'm gonna sound like a dork, but you guys are some of my closest friends. I agree. It's just, I don't know. That's to me is, regardless of all the profits are great and all that kind of stuff, but friends like this community. I've said it before on my stream. It's to me, it's amazing.
Appreciate that, Max. Tell you what, bud. I'm gonna give you $100. This is fake money, by the way, chat. I got 20,000 of them. Right.
You had people freaking out last night when you were like, when you won and you're like flipping it around. They're like, oh my gosh, we're donating to this guy and he's throwing around dollars.
Oh, it's all fake.
Like it's nothing.
It's all a problem.
So funny.
Wait, so you were the guy that was buying GPUs with fake money?
No,
no.
I couldn't do that. I feel bad.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Max, what you said is very honestly on point. We have a community that's like other gaming communities are cool and all when you're like playing with your friends back in the day, but this is a whole new level. It's a very mature community. Everyone is very wise and aware of what's going on, and sometimes you have these little newbies coming in and creating a show for us, but it's a beautiful community. You can learn something from everyone here, which is awesome.
Very supportive.
We need more content creators in this space.
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of like I think the bull run, everybody's doing it type of deal, and then it kind of fizzles out during the bear market. But I think now anybody in chat that's like, hey, I want to start a channel or something, like Mindchamber had said, even if you can't, you don't need to be running a full-fledged farm. You got one rig, you can find a million different things that you can make content on and do it. Because if you can grow, part of me wish I learned my lesson and grew in the bear market. But if you can grow in the bear market, even a little bit, it'll pay off a ton in the bull market. I mean, when I started, it was like, you could have put a video up on anything and you were doing really, really well at that point in time when I first started and grew way faster. Versus now it's a grind and it's tough, but I think now you appreciate any community that you grow around you, just a little bit at a time, because of how rough it is. I mean, you as a content creator, we are a fraction of that size than what we were before as a community, and we were so much bigger. I mean, now the viewership's down, everything like that, but now's a great time. You want to get in now, do it. Just grab I started with my iPhone 6. Little iPhone 6. I didn't even have a microphone. It was just filming. And that was 2 years ago. That's where I started doing all of this. It's you don't need cameras and crazy mics and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, just do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I wish I did it a lot sooner. I mean, I was doing this 4 years ago. and my channel.
Oh yeah, you would have been perfect, dude. You
Yeah.
would have been like
Yeah.
500,000 by now.
Yeah, I was
Jeez.
probably started like, because I think I watched some of Panda's mining videos a couple years ago. He probably had less than 20,000 subscribers or something like that. But yeah, I wish I would have started because I could have. There's so much. There's like so much revenue that I missed out on because I didn't. And so it's just
Right.
it's if you're like you said, if you got just one rig, make a ton of content off it.
Could
I
have had
did
some of that
gaming
Panda money.
Yeah.
I did gaming content before this. I did gaming content, and oh my gosh, for 9 years. If I
What?
did
Really?
like oh yeah, 9 years
Long
I did
time.
gaming
Holy
content
shit.
with like live streaming and YouTube channels, and like it was such a different, like talking about communities and stuff, totally different. But also like it was so much easier to grow. Now, granted, this was during the bull run, so everybody wanted to know everything about crypto, but yeah, and you look back, you're like, you wish you would have.
damn.
I should have pivoted over well before. Like, damn, it's huge difference.
9 years. I knew you had a gaming channel. I didn't know it was that long. Holy hell. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
a
I
little bit less
actually.
toxic, too.
Oh my word! A quick note there. So this was before Twitch TV even started. It actually started as something called Justin.tv.
Yeah.
And I was on Justin.tv and then was forced to move to Twitch because they were moving all their gaming content creators over there. So I was one of the early partners. I actually had a Twitch contract that they couldn't find years later. They're like, we can't find it because like the company grew, got bought out by Amazon, stuff like that. Yeah, started way early. But it's like, damn, I should have just gotten to crypto 9 years ago. That would have been incredible.
Who just joined?
Incredible.
Let me see.
Yep.
I think we all think about that.
Oh,
like, in
Hawk.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Hawk, we're
Yeah.
saying our goodbyes. What's up, dude?
Oh man,
Well, welcome, Rabbi. How are you?
look, he's well
You're
rested.
the white thing.
Look, he's well rested. See, he's good to go. Look
Bro,
at that.
Bougie
hate-
hotel, man.
Oh my god, bro! I hate getting up early.
Early?
Early.
Got up early today.
What time is it?
What time did you wake up? Let's hear this.
It's 10:30. Early.
Yeah, what time
He
did
sounds
you
like he
wake
just
up?
woke up.
No, he got up early this morning, I think.
Oh, I
How
got
early?
you.
How early are we talking, Hawk?
Well, for me, early is like 7:30, 8 o'clock, man. It's early.
All
I
right.
was gonna
Yeah.
say. That's what I was like.
You're not up early until you're falling asleep on stream like Max, all right? I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I got to get up. I have to actually go to work tomorrow. I have to get up at about 4 o'clock, where I just roll out of bed, put some
So-
clothes on, and go to work on a Saturday.
Max, I was talking to your wife, and I was gonna surprise you tomorrow. We're in Indiana. We're gonna drive and come see you, but you got to work, and I was like, all right.
I'm only working until 1.
Oh, what?
There's tons of time.
I'm only working until 1.
He doesn't
So
wake up till
you-
12.
Ruin the good surprise on you.
Oh, well, we'll come. If you're only working till 1, then maybe me and Mike will just shoot down.
I mean, hey, Hawk's just
awesome.
waking up at like 12. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
by the time he
perfect.
gets out of the shower and gets there, you'll be home from work already.
Dude, I am so stupid. I'm stupid tomorrow. Look at these guys. Look
Surprise!
at who we got here. Mining Chamber. Where you been, bro?
What's up, Hawk? I just woke up as well, so
Yeah.
trying to fit in the energy.
Mr. Django, Mr. Silly, Mr. Hobbyist. I see. All right, Max, Chump.
By the way, Sunflower Mama wants to know why you look like a priest.
Oh, dude, shit, man, it's cold. I don't know how you guys survive here.
Define
Oh,
cold.
please. I don't put on a jacket unless it's like in the teens.
I don't know how you guys survive here at all. Like, Mike's got it's like 28 degrees outside, and I'm just like, yo, I can't do this.
They're in
please.
Parkas right now. They flew up there. Yeah, they're in Parkas
God.
right now.
It's negative 10
I'm in a
outside. I'm in a
It's a
t-shirt.
beautiful day out today.
No heat. Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm in a jumpsuit. I'm thinking, all right, I got a turtleneck and I got a sweater on here and thermals underneath my jeans. I'm thinking,
Thermals? Oh, my
Sweater over the sweater. Is that what
dude,
you're
I'm
telling me?
dying, bro. I'm dying. Like, I'm like, yo, we're walking back to the car, and I'm like, Mike, turn the goddamn truck on, bro. I'm serious. Like, why are you leaving it off? Like, leave it on. Just leave the heat on in the car. So like, a hot location to a hot location. Like, I just stop and get gloves. It's terrible. It's awful.
So I may be able to get off a little bit earlier too. My boss is actually coming in tomorrow, so he might be able to kind of bridge the gap between the two shifts.
You bring him
All
a
right.
chocolate donut
I'll
in the
call you-
morning.
I'll call you tomorrow.
I'll steal the deal, Max, for sure. Make
Yeah.
sure it's one of them
Total
the
story
long
behind that,
ones.
we won't get into it.
I want to see the photos. All right. Anybody else before we wrap it up?
Better late
Mikey,
than never, Hawk.
Hawk, you want to say any final words to the people? Motivation?
You should ask him all 4 questions real quick.
We'll
Make him answer all of them in a row because he's late.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I just came in. I'm sorry
Oh,
I'm late, man. I
Just mess
thought I
with
was
him.
gonna
problem,
take like
dude.
a
No
10-minute
problem.
nap, and I'm just like waking up. I'm like 10 o'clock.
Uh,
Chump's texting me like, "Wake up!" I'm like,
I actually talked to him 20 minutes before the stream. I actually woke him up.
Oh.
So,
I was trying to like,
and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep real quick." I'm all right, cool, man. You got like 20 minutes.
yeah.
Jeff keys in the chat.
Oh, Jeff Key, my man.
What up, dude?
Hadouken!
What's up, buddy?
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate all of you. Hope we can meet up again one day.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm not too excited tonight.
No, you
Just
did,
exhausted.
you did 2 streams already today.
Dude, beat. My eyes are burning.
Busy man.
Hey, everybody.
Dirt.
I put a link for everyone in the description below, and I'll also paste that in if somebody wants to help me do that. I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you later.
Thank you guys.
Hey guys.
Bye, chat.